Welcome back to the ETF Inspector. It's Wednesday, November 26th. I guess you could call it Thanksgiving Eve, and it's 9 o'clock at night. Obviously getting a really late start to things, and I actually just started getting to work on things maybe 30 or so minutes ago. So this will be an abbreviated video. So I'm going to give you the highlight reel. This is our daily coverage for YieldMax's Ulti, the Ultra Option Income Strategy Fund, LFGY, YieldMax's Crypto Industry Portfolio Option Income Fund, and SLTY, their Ultra Short Option Income Fund. If you don't already, follow me on X at ETF_Inspector1. I don't just post YieldMax stuff, even though right now my daily coverage is on YieldMax funds. But if you guys have something more popular that more people want to watch, let me know. I'll see if I can cover it. But before we get started, I always want to give thanks, especially Thanksgiving. But Miggs was going wild in the chats yesterday. So I had already thanked him at the beginning of the video because in the earlier video that day he gave $9.99 for the distribution video. Then in this one he gives $4.99, waits a couple seconds, and gives another $4.99. So Miggs is all over the place throwing money around. So he says thanks for the work. I say thanks for the support. So, and we said it before, but just in case you've missed it, Miggs takes part in dividends on repeat. So if you don't already follow those guys, it's a group of 3 guys go around talking about these different high yield ETFs, all kinds of different ones, not just the handful that I do. They kind of compare their gains and losses with each other, have like a little competition, little bro sesh. So go check them out and follow them on dividends on repeat. All right, looking at the market today, it was a pretty good day. It was X day, so all of these funds dropped by the amount of their distribution. That doesn't count as a loss. So you basically, if you closed at $4 and paid out a $6 distribution, then you're going to open the next day at $3.94 at break even, not at a loss. So, but Ulti actually able to climb back up to 4, increasing by just about 1% over the day. So nice move for sure on a X day. We'll look at the individuals a little bit within it. LFGY climbed nicely too, 2.58%. What's that come out to? 71 cents. So made back, recovered the distribution all in the very first day. Ulti did not quite. Ulti's was 5.9 cents, I think. So they made back 3.9 of those cents. LFGY made all of it and then some. And then SLTY actually was down today because if the market's going to be up, then short in the market's going to go down. So they dropped by their payment plus the 66 cents today. Overall down 1.76%. All right, let's go ahead and look at our spreadsheets. We had lots of trades, and so basically what I normally do, separate out each one, then I go over, and if it's a complete closeout and roll to the next week or something, then I highlight here, I go over and I highlight over there. It all takes a ton of time. So for me, getting home at 8:30 to start working on those things, I was never going to get this video out, especially it's the night before a holiday. I've got a turkey trot run with my daughter early in the morning, so we're going to go through for the highlight reel. Buying new shares of some new things and other things that are already in the fund. So buying of Alcoa, Analog Devices, Teradyne, Quanta Services, we already have some of them, stock ticker PWR. Buying some Southern Copper Corporation. So we've got adding some copper and some aluminum there with Alcoa and Southern Copper. So we're starting to add some big names and some diversification All right, we added some gold last week. So today, and then we're selling. We didn't completely sell out of anything either. It's just maybe a little bit of reallocating, we'll call it. Circle Internet Group, we sold some. Robinhood as well. QQQ, we sold. Coinbase, some 20-year triple leverage treasuries. Selling a little bit of Meta, a little bit of Palantir, a little bit of Spider Gold shares. While we're on gold, a little bit of Van Eck Gold Miners shares got sold, and some SoFi. So lots of moving parts. Nothing completely gotten rid of. And then just all I did was totaled up all of the options trades. So we're obviously going to have trades in everything that we did up here. If we sold some of the shares, then we have to sell, or we have to close out, we'll call it, the options associated with them. And if they bought any shares of something, then they're going to start options with them. So you got basically everything we talked about up there. IBIT is one of the few that we've got trades, even though we didn't exchange anything. That one is a cost, as you can see, looking like $176,000 cost. Meta, Palantir, yep, everything else is just trades. So nothing really getting rolled to the following week, with the exception of IBIT. Everything was just trades related to those purchases and sales. So all in all, it actually cost $4.4 million on the options trading side of things today on Ulti. That goes along with share values increasing by $25 million. Of course, that's estimated, because if they sold out of something, it would, they're going to stop moving up or down with it, whereas these numbers are just based off of the close compared to the start. And likewise, they bought into a bunch of different things, so those could have continued up or continued down on the day too. So this is a ballpark number. We'll just say Robinhood. It was a good day to take a little profit on Robinhood, up 10.9% today. Definitely, they were getting nervously close to 100 again. So back up in that high 120s looks good on Robinhood. Big winner for sure. Big loser, Twilio. They just added them the other day, down 1.1%. Not that big of a drop. Good to have that kind of a difference between our big winner and our big loser. But for the most part, I think there were only, Meta was down 0.4. Eli Lilly Company, I always want to say Lilly Company, down 0.5%. IBM down 0.4. And Alphabet down 1%. Everything else within the fund was up, some more than others. But so overall, good day. As you can see, so red means the options have gone into the money. Coinbase is one of them. Robinhood, obviously, with that move. IBIT, Meta, and Palantir. Nothing too major other than Robinhood, Twilio. But again, yellows and greens are still out of the money. You're still winning the trades for the time being. There's $1.3 billion in assets under management. People sold out of Ulti yesterday, 925,000 shares, bringing it to 346,425,000. We've got our weighted move. If you held everything within the fund, not options wise, you'd have had a 2% increase on the day, but having Ulti, you only went up 1%. Average call is still about 1.5% out of the money, so we don't have too much more upward movement on average that we can capture before we start having to close out trades. Puts that are sold are nice and far, almost 9% out, so it's looking like all of those should result in basically free cash from the sales. So that's everything for Ulti. Next, we will, and you're not going to get paid tomorrow on any of these, obviously, with it being a Thursday holiday. So payday is delayed till Friday for Group 1 and delayed till Monday for Group 2. Group 2 announced today. Next, we have LFGY. Same thing. I just totaled up all of the trades for everything. Cost $2.8 million, almost $2.9 million on the options trading side of things today for LFGY, and the shares within the fund increased by 5.9 million. So it was a good day for crypto. Now these charts look a lot different. As we scroll through, you just see nothing but red with a little bit of yellow on our in or out of the money. So yellow means it's close, but it's in our favor. Red means it has gone into the money. The majority of every single thing in the fund is in the money, and the few that are not are close. So getting hard to capture upward movement without closing out and rolling these options positions. The biggest loser today was Mercado Libre, down 1%. The biggest winner was CleanSpark, and this is going to be funny because the biggest winner, LFGY, CleanSpark, 13+%. Pretty sure it ends up being, I think CleanSpark just got added to SLTY, shorting CleanSpark yesterday or the day before, and they instantly went through a 14% increase. All right, there's $170 million in assets under management, 6,225,000 outstanding shares. NAV at the start of the day, 27.46, before closing around 28.17. I think I forgot to hit that part. Yeah, NAV at the start, 3.96. So we said up 3.9 cents. It rounded to 4 cents increase on Ulti. The average call is way in the money, 5.5%. Now we did see they did do a handful of rolls today, but definitely not the majority. So that's okay. We're going to end up losing a lot of options trades this week unless crypto drops on Friday. But that's fine. Increases in the things that we're holding is always a good thing, even if it means losing the weekly trades. All right, finally we have SLTY. SLTY closed out a portion, but not all of their shorts on QQQ. And then obviously some adjustments, some rolls. Looks like pretty much anything that they did roll went to next week at this point. There's really only a half of a trading day left. Nothing on Thursday and a partial day on Friday. So it makes sense to roll to the following week at this point. All in all, they were winning their trades today. $266,000 credit on their rolls. That's going to be because if the market's moving up, then and you're shorting the market, you're selling puts to generate income. If everything moves up, then those puts are ending up out of the money, and you get to close them out for pennies. But share values are going to drop because if you shorted them, you don't want them to go up. That means you're going to have to pay more to close them out, and that's what's happening. So $686,000 decrease in value of shares within the fund. As you can see, a little bit of red, but there's a whole lot of green. Most of the options sold over here on the shorted funds are well out of the money. Like we said, CleanSpark having a big day right after they got shorted. So rough start on that one. And the big loser, which is a good thing in this case, is Rigetti, down just about 2%. So you can see that helped the value of the shares. The average put sold is 9.3% out of the money. So in that case, most of these funds can drop pretty drastically, and the move would get captured as upward movement in SLTY's share price. There's 28 million in assets under management, 750,000 outstanding shares. The NAV started at 37.57 this morning before closing around 36.99. All right, that is all I have for you. Again, sorry it's abbreviated with the holidays and busy schedules and stuff. I just didn't have time. Most likely 99% sure I'm not making any videos tomorrow with no trading. So I will catch you guys on Friday for the closeout. And that's about all I got for you. Got a dad joke. So thank you for watching. Appreciate all the support. And here's your joke. Scientists just combined the DNA of a cheetah with the DNA of a crab. Things went sideways real fast. All right. Thank you. Good night and happy Thanksgiving.